everyone, today I wanted to do a quick video which is in a way a review of some papers I bought recently to use with polymer clay. The lady I bought it from, I'm probably going to pronounce her name wrong, but it was a lady called Hill Lovely or High Lovely or something like that. She's got a tutorial here on YouTube about transferring images from a printed inkjet printer to polymer clay. She does state specifically that it's only for fimo polymer clay, or fimo depending on how you pronounce it, and she is right, because I did experiment a little and try it with some premo clay and it didn't work. So yeah, don't be fooled, it won't work. Always get fimo. The other option that I saw was from a lady who made these really interesting pendants using some tracing paper and pens. So I tried that as well, and it will all be in the video following. I just wanted to show you the results first, and just tell you why I liked it or why I didn't before I go into the video, so that if you get bored you don't have to watch it, but it's really up to you. So the paper itself that I got from Hi Lovely, that's what I'm going to call her from now. It's just plain paper on the front with a square kind of grid background, and on the back it just says professional heat transfer paper. So I don't know if it's the same as standard kind of t-shirt printing paper, but from my experience I will say that I did try to do this with t-shirt paper, t-shirt transfer paper, and it failed. It wouldn't even go through my printer, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying that unless you've got a super printer or something like that. Anyway, so the image I chose to print onto the paper was just a standard image I kind of stole, I guess, from Google Images. It looks like this. There we go. So nothing special, I just wanted to see if I could use different colours to give an effect, and I wanted to be able to judge it accordingly, because I didn't want to go ahead and use all my clay with all these kind of images and then actually none of them work the way I wanted to. When I cooked it, as you'll see in the video how I actually went through preparing it and things like that, it came out looking slightly muted, so the colours weren't as great. This is one of the pink pieces, there you go. But it did work, and there's no kind of air bubbles, no nothing, it looks great. The second piece came out looking like this. There you go, if I'll focus on it for you. So, as you can see. However, what I did do when I took it out of the oven and it had cooled was I decided to stick some resin on it. And the reason is because I thought that's what I was going to use it for in the end anyway, and I wondered if it might make the colour change. So here is a comparison of this straight out of the oven and with the resin, and as you can see, the resin piece, I'm trying to keep my hands still but it's not so great, the resin piece is actually so much better. The colours seem so much more vibrant than without resin, so I would recommend sealing it if you do actually decide to purchase the paper. The paper itself, in English kind of currency, cost me around about £19.97 with a £3, I think it was 63 delivery charge, and that's not really that bad, but I suppose considering I assumed it was just paper and it wasn't going to work, I thought it was quite expensive at the time, but I was willing to try it. The amount of paper that you got was actually really good. It came with a lot of paper in the packet, so I was actually quite pleased at the end of it because it wasn't just one or two pieces. The only problem was that it came from Israel, and that meant that the delivery time was quite a long time. But I can't blame the lady. I mean, you know, it's travelling across the seas, so it's never going to be the next day. And it's not like you bought it from a shop, so I have to kind of be aware of that. Overall, I think the product was great. There was no problems whatsoever. It was really simple to use, but as I said, you will see it in the following video, how I did it, how I prepared it. Yeah, really simple. You could honestly do anything with it. I'm probably going to try and print out some actual pictures of people to see how that works, because obviously the image I chose was quite low quality, so I really want to see how it works with a high quality image anyway. The paper itself, she just describes that she tells you to print it on best quality, so obviously you get the best image come out, but I think I didn't, so that might have been my flaw anyway. But I would definitely buy this again, but as I stated, it will need sealing because otherwise it isn't as bright. The other option that I had was the tracing paper. Now I used just standard tracing paper from W.H. Smith, which was just ordinary kind of see-through stuff like you had when you were back in school. The results afterwards weren't so great. I will post a quick video afterwards of showing the results so that you, after you've watched the video, you can see how it comes out anyway. Me being me, forgot to flip my images, so when I wrote it on the clay, or well, on the transfer paper, I did forget completely that it was going to come out looking stupid. So yeah, this is how it came out. Now as you can see, this is the one that I did on the fimo clay, and this is the Premo transparent clay. The writing came out a totally different colour to the Sharpie, so obviously it's meant to be black, but it's got kind of a blue look to it. There's bits missing, so it's not kind of the best quality. You'd need to fill it in again, I guess, but you can't rub it off, so yeah, it doesn't rub off. So if you want something on there permanently, that is a possibility, but yeah, not so sure. The same goes for the Premo. Again, it's kind of blotchy, doesn't rub off, but the Premo is a lot stronger than the fimo, so again, I guess it depends on what you're actually going for with that one. I don't know if it would work on obviously other colours, because if you're using a different colour the pen would change and all sorts, or maybe it's a case that you need to experiment using different types of pen and different inks, but for me it didn't really work, so I won't be using it again. But I suppose for other people, if they want to kind of go into it a little bit further, they might find better ways of doing it that I didn't. I would love to hear from you if you have managed to make it a better way, but I will link the lady who actually did it and shows, and her results are amazing, so she's obviously knowing what she's doing much better than I do. So yeah, so I will show you the video of the process and then also the results at the end, so stay tuned, and remember, subscribe if you'd like to, if you want to see some more of me. Thanks, bye!